Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. I thought we start today on the top transfers page. Took me a while to actually find this, because some of you guys said you were interested in seeing what the other teams were kind of doing. So there you can see Diawando Diang has gone from Upen to Lech for 3.8 million. They're spending big money. An Argentinian region, Federico Danamont, has joined Lechia for 3.2 million. So this is what I like to see. They're actually bringing in some of these players without me having to do anything. Sebastian Altus as well joined from Independiente to Legia. So big money being splashed around, including Oscar Mucha has joined newly promoted Katowice for 1.3 million. That is a lot of money they've just dropped to be newly promoted. But there you go. Now, since it is a Sunday, it's time to do Regen Sunday. And if you want to participate in Regen Sunday, head over to the Discord, link in the description. Pop your regens in the Regen channel, and I will go through a lot of them. We've got a bumper crop of them today. I've gone mainly for obscure nationalities and funny names today, because sometimes I just like to jot off into that. And also, I just want to give a massive shout out to Owen, who kind of runs the Discord, frankly, or certainly is the overseer of it, and he does an absolutely fantastic job. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you to him for all his hard work on that. It genuinely is incredibly appreciated. So massive thanks to him. So our first regen up is one I missed from last week. I think this is the one anyway. This is Zlatan Torres. Firstly, he's called Zlatan. Secondly, he's San Marinese, and he's bloody good, probably the greatest San Marinese player of all time. So massive shout outs to Zlatan Torres. Then we've got this guy who, on the face of him, English goalkeeper, but then he's called Chang Wing Chung because apparently he's half Hong Kong. Well, not half Hong Kong. That would make him quite large. And a dense metropolitan area. Next up is Zvudish. I'm sorry. I've not seen that one before. Zvudzisław Bartnik, a Polonia player, which is always nice to see. This guy is a regen, 15 years old, Polish regen, came through the youth academy at Polonia. Oh, what I'd give for a player that good to come through our youth academy one day. We've still got some quality, but not quite that good. Next up on that topic is Sebastian Schlenkier. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure, but he's a goalkeeper. He's Polish, but he has 13 free kicks. He's a keeper that can take free kicks. How many has he got for you? I'm wondering if you actually put him on free kicks. Let me know. Next up, purely for the name alone, is Noah Bongo Biondo Bay. I mean, that is spectacular. Then we've got a fine German man in Ing Young Jin. Good stuff. He's half South Korean. Then we've got this wonderful left back in Franny Rimmer. Can't go wrong with a Franny Rimmer. And then, this is a really, really obscure one. A striker, Thanzor Pang, but he's from Myanmar. That is bloody fantastic. I don't think I've ever seen a player from Myanmar before. Fantastic. And then on that note, we've got Ali Ati Al Gabi, who is a Libyan centre midfielder, 21 years old. You've got a lot of obscure nations on your save. I'm a fan of that. And to wrap things up, we've got Johan Andersson Eka Unzeng Umbar, who has nothing to do with Sweden, allegedly. I don't know. Maybe his parents were just really big fans of ABBA. So that concludeth Regen Sunday. If you want to participate next week, drop them in the Discord. Now, oh boy, have we got a fair amount of stuff to go over today, that is for sure. But first, this was brought to my attention. Apparently there is an Urban Dictionary definition of Bruno Ball. Bruno Ball is any sport where there are no rules except that Bruno always wins. Nailed it. And this isn't something that I've had anything to do with. This was added on June 9th, 2018. It's like they knew we were coming. Right then, we've had a game off camera, we've got double games against Lazio, and a game in between. That's a buttload of stuff. Let's go. So I played a rotated side for the game off camera, and it kind of just came up as a bit of a dud, a 0-0. We probably could have edged it, but not really. Danza was very, very good on the night, though. He played his first match for us. I think it might have been his first game. He was excellent, though. Sorry, Denza, not Danza. Good stuff, but a 0-0 draw against Pok is all we could manage. Keeps us unbeaten, though, which is kind of nice. And does at least leave us in second in the league behind Lechia. No surprises there. But it's still looking pretty damn good for us for a very, very good season. We're the only unbeaten team left in the Ekstraklasa, which is great. Katowice's big money spending, not really gone well for them, has it? Though what I would say, this Jakub Lukowski guy for Rakov has already got 6 assists on the board this year, so he looks like a dynamite player. And also, all of the other Polish teams are all into the same round as us at the moment, I believe. So they've all got through some other rounds. So we could actually have some serious coefficient points coming up for us again. And as someone said, qualifying, going through these rounds actually earns you those coefficient points that you wouldn't get if you go straight into the group stage. So it definitely could help us. And on the topics of the highlights things, I can understand that maybe I shouldn't get rid of all of them. And I'm not actually doing that. I am going to bring it back so that I show you some of the really good goals or silly moments on them. But it's things like with that Rakov game where there was 10 goals. The highlights of that alone would have stretched to about 2 or 3 minutes, and it sucks up so much time in the episode. And I could make the episodes longer, but I don't want to just extend them needlessly. I know some of you wouldn't mind that, but for me, I want to make a really good, tight, watchable product as a video. That's what I want to do, you know? And I think if we do go out today, we could have a real shot at a Champions League spot this season. Genuinely, I think a second place is on the cards. I think winning it's probably going to be a bit out of our reach, but still. So, Lazio today. It's going to be tough. You can see Lechia are playing Rapid Vienna, Rakov are playing against Lokomotiv Moscow, and Legia are playing against Olimpia of Slovenia. So there's 4 teams in this round. If we all got through, I think that would give us 4 teams in the group stages, although there might be one more. Interesting, but it is kind of all about us for today. Oh my god, I forgot Simone Inzaghi is managing Lazio. They're going to beat us, I feel like, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? Also, we've got to rotate this team a hell of a lot. Mila's still injured, and Peltzi's unregistered still, because unfortunately, every time I do an auto-select, for some reason, it always unregisters him, and I don't know why. No, Fiarchik's played up there, lads. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that lineup. It's going to have to be Kucharski, unfortunately. Kucharski, Hoxha, Fiarchik, Zaborowski, Zavchkai, Gorka, Yamrog, Konefel, Meisterek, and Denza with Nuigabao in goal. On the bench, I'm going to go with Todorov, Kokoschka, Zuba, Gora, maybe not Gora, actually. I'm trying to prefer the younger players over these guys that are never going to replay for us. So Todorov, Kokoschka, Zuba, Bortnik, Kaslik, Turchi, and Bochnak. Right, see what they're going to do and see if we can even attempt to stop them. Oh, brilliant. Bloody brilliant. We're going to get absolutely dicked, aren't we? Inverted wingers, wide playmakers. Inzaghi, he's throwing me curveballs left and right. I think we're going to switch to the narrow defence. I mean, it's a free hit, innit? We do our best. We'll just switch over to that with the narrow defensive line. And I also might just make the passing a little bit longer and pass into space and remove that. Because, honestly, I just don't know how to play against this. And it's Lazio, anyway. Just free hit time. Let's go. If we come up with anything magical here, then this would be quite something. But I feel like, honestly, it's just to try and keep this sort of near us, essentially. Try not to let this tie completely run away with us and lose like 7-0. If we could avoid that, I'd be happy. It's a shame that, you know, we're going to be just falling short of getting into the group stages, and already Pedro Neto makes it 1-0 after 3 minutes. So much for holding on there, lads. Kind of mucked that one up, didn't we? It was always going to be tough, wasn't it? I think Legia are winning their game, though. They seem to have got a considerably easier draw than we did, to be honest. It feels like every single other Polish team, in fact, got a much easier draw than we did. To get Lazio is a bit harsh, but there's just so many players forward for them. That's the issue. But they've just got so many. Look at this, and nearly another one there. We're just getting dominated. Correa's in. And a well saved by Nuigabao. They are just going to destroy us, aren't they? I'm changing a lot, I realise, but I feel like we just have to sort of set up a bit more defensively today, and it's just not really our cup of tea, is it? I want him to use his own best judgment for it. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Wallace. Makes it 2-0 to Lazio. They're just a lot better than us, aren't they, really? I think we were always going to struggle. It's a shame, but it's what it is. Ball in. Wallace's header. 2-0 Lazio. Damn it. So they just got an injury at the exact same time as us, which suggests to me that they happened in the same incident, because it was their centre-back and our striker. God. I actually do kind of wonder if maybe I should have started with Kokoschka instead of Denza, because he's got that extra defensive quality. We're dreadful. They have switched their system, though. Correa. Oh, look at the space for Baba. I don't even know where Yamrog's gone. Konefat. Why did he run away? The defender was running away from him there. We all know where this ball's going. Oh, what a touch inside. It's just going all the way through the wall. Oh, and it's in. Their right back has just scored. He's just run past 2 or 3 of our players and put it in the back of the net. I think that's just that sheer extra quality that they have. It's really telling here. The ball's played out to him, and there's really no danger out here. But he goes straight past the fullback, straight past the midfielder that comes back and doesn't really do anything, and then just drills it home. Nuigabao can't keep it out, and it's 3-0. We're out. That's a bit better. Oh my god. No, we've got the ball. Yamrog. Go on, set Zaborowski away. They're just not making the runs at the moment. Go on, whip one through. Zuba's in. Can he take a touch and finish? Oh, well saved. Good opportunity. We actually fashioned a chance there. If Zuba had scored that, maybe there'd be the finest flicker of hope. Well, a 3-0 defeat in Italy. We did have that faintest little opportunity, but it's just Lazio are just a much better team. What about our brethren? Legia 1-2-1, Rakov 1-2-1, and Legia got a 0-0 draw away at Rapid Vienna. There's actually a chance for some of our other Polish compatriots, I suppose. Right, game off camera, come back for the next one. So we had an off-camera game. Obviously had to play a rotated side because of the proximity to the last match, and it was another 0-0 draw. We had some chances in this match towards the end. Zuba was all right, but it just wasn't enough. And also, Fiarchik's going to be out for 5 weeks, and that is a real blow to us, to be honest. That injury is going to cost us a lot, but we are still unbeaten in the league and we are still second, and another clean sheet, I guess, so it's not the end of the world. The other interesting news is that we have bids from Dortmund and Bayern Munich for Przemysław Yamrog. That to me tells me that we've got one hell of a prospect on our hands. I rejected them because they were only offering us £1 million, which is less than what we paid. And then he complained, but luckily Konrad Kaslik was able to talk him out of it very easily. So I didn't even have to talk to him. So that suggests to me that he might actually be able to stay at the club for quite a while if we got senior players that are willing to talk to him. So it might be able to keep him for a few seasons doing that until he can increase his quality. And we will probably end up selling him at some point because it's just going to be impossible to keep hold, but at least get a lot more money than £1 million. We'd actually make a loss on him, which would be pathetic. So quick pick to rotate everything around. Kucharski's going to have to come back in again. Zuba's going to have to start again. Gorka, why? Why on earth would it want to put Gorka there instead of Zavshikrai? It makes no sense to me. This is why you can't trust the quick pick, by the way. Right, that's more like it. So Kucharski, Hoksha, Zuba, Zaborowski, Zavshikrai, Gorka, Yamrog, Konefel, Meisterek, Denza, and of course Neugebauer. My assistant also seems obsessed with putting older players that aren't as good on my bench. So on the bench we're going to go Pomorski, Kayode, Tucci, Todorov, Kokoschka, Janowski, and Bortnik. Actually, I'm going to put Kokoschka in from the start in this one instead of Denza because I want a slightly more defensive player. They're playing the second system that they switched to. I still think we're going to struggle, but it's the best we can do. Honestly, I'm mainly just looking out for what's happening to our fellow Polish teams. I want at least 2 of them to get into that group stage because that'll be so useful for us for coefficient points. That's the main consideration here. So while we're at it, we're just going to, weirdly, it won't let me make this any bigger than it currently is, which is a shame. So we're going to have to keep an eye on some of the other Polish sides on their activities today because that's really where the hopes of Polish football rest for us getting any decent coefficient points this season. And of course, like someone pointed out, the fact that we've only got the Polish leagues on is probably why we've had such a rise. So I am going to make sure that we turn on a load of other leagues for next season. That way we can prevent us from getting a little bit too much of an unfair advantage, you know? Yamrog, out wide for Kokoschka, maybe an early start for us. Ball across, Zuba gets his header in and we nearly chance. It would be nice just to see us have a go. Oh wow, Luis Alberto makes it 4. Well, I mean, any chance we had of going through has completely gone out the window now, but we kind of figured that was already done. Now we'd need, 5 goals on the night? It's a bit likely to not happen. That's a long way out for Luis Alberto. Neugebauer gets over there and then just doesn't make the save, but we've definitely been better in this game than we were in the first leg. That's a really poor. There's no need to head that at all. Just pick the ball up and go. Oh, wow. And that's all come from Kokoschka clearing the ball with his head for no apparent reason. All he has to do is bring that down, and it's a simple clearance. And those are the differences, really. Like, yeah. Like, when this ball is whipped into that area, all Kokoschka has to do, bring that down. Just don't... Why are you heading it there? There's no reason to head that. There's no one around you. And then he doesn't get out and close down the cross. And he's got across that Andre Silva, and now it's 5-0 on aggregate. Well, we said we were going to struggle. So all rests on you guys now. I noticed that Lechia are beating Rapid Vienna, which is actually a really good result for them. So that would be nice. If they were to go through, that would be one club into the group stages at least. Or go on. Kokoschka! No, it's Kucharski. Dariusz Kucharski gets us a goal back. It's a dreadful situation for their goalkeeper. I would run the segment, but it's not been long enough since we last run it. That is dreadful from Lazio. Dariusz Kucharski scores his first ever goal for the club, and he does it in the Europa League against Lazio. What is the goalkeeper doing there? It's 5-1 on aggregate, but we have at least scored a goal in front of the home fans. That's nice. Come on. Still losing, of course, but looking a lot more threatening. Yamrog. Go on. Good ball in back post needed. Ball across. Kucharski nearly gets another one. So, main thing is, how are our brethren doing? Lechia 1-0 up in their match. Rakov at 0-0, so they're still going through. And in the other tie, it's 2-2. And Lechia would actually be going out on away goals at the moment. So at the moment, we've got 2 sides going through, which is what I want. I don't know. I would love all 3 of our other Polish teams to at least get in there and get some points, get some extra coefficient and whatnot. But 2 would do. I think there's a good chance for 2 of them, particularly if Lechia is one of them, because they've got a decent team. And oh, wow. Looking downfield. Oh, my days. Come on, lads. You're better than that. Just sort of struggling a little bit now. Just trying to keep up with them. If we lost only 2-1 at home, that wouldn't be the end of the... Oh, God, he's already through. Their fullback's through again. And I think that was save? I don't know. Yes, I think it was. Oh, no, it's time to play Where's the Right Back Gone? And it's Babo Rachman scored. Dearie me. Their fullbacks assisting each other there. It's just, I don't like their system at all. I feel like a worse team plays that and we might have a chance against it, but they've got really good players. The keeper maybe could have done a bit better here, really, but he doesn't come out fast enough. Rachman makes it 3-1, 6-1 on aggregate. We were always going to struggle. Yeah, and there we go. Polonia 1, Lazio 3, and that's 6-1 on aggregate. Right, let's see what the other teams did. We'll do the proper one. So... Lechia go through, 2-1 on aggregate. Oh no! Lokomotiv Moscow go through on away goals. That's the last thing we needed. And I assume that means that... Where is it? Oh no! Legia go through on away goals in their game. It was 2-2 in the end. They scored in the 112th minute to go through with Osorio. Isn't that the guy that used to play for Sunderland? Or am I being... Yep, I am being an idiot. Don't know where that came from. So Legia are through. As are Lechia, but us and Rakov both go out. Rakov go out on away goals. They were so close. They'd have just hung on and got a draw there. But unfortunately, Musa Dembele, of Spurs fame scored the goal for Locomotive, and they are out. So we're going to have 2 teams in the group stages, which I guess is better than nothing, and I think those 2 could have a crack at things at least. Hopefully help with some more coefficient points for us next season. But us and Rakov both bow out now. It's a shame, but it was always likely to happen. So I feel like a big bumper crop of games off camera. Well, not bumper, like a decent amount. And I feel like we're going to come back and do Lechia away, because why on earth wouldn't we? That should be a top of the table clash at that point. So we'll have Lech away as well. We've got a few slightly more winnable games, a cup match, Rakov tough, and then back for Lechia in the league. That's going to be the next episode. So we're finally out of the Europa League, but I think we did well to get to that point. It was a tough old draw, probably one of the hardest ones we could have got, to be fair. So not the end of the world. It's done us some good, at least, to play some European games, and now we can relax into the league and try and qualify for the Champions League next season or something. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode and you're looking forward to the next one, because I sure as shit am, because I feel like we can have a real crack at the league this year now that some of these teams are going to have other competitions to focus on, then drop a like on the video. That would be spectacular. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. That would be awesome. And I will see you guys in the next episode as we get busting into the league, and a massive one away at probably the team who are going to win the league this year, Lechia. Let's see how we do. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.